So we're going to introduce our first speaker now. Tim Elleston is going to talk about what digital media means today. Tim is a highly accomplished and motivated individual with significant experience in all aspects of online communications. Before coming to Australia as the head of the retail commerce at Bankwest, in 2007, Tim co-founded WebFeet, a leading Canadian digital agency, in 1997. Now as head of Murdoch's digital team, Tim is responsible for the development of Murdoch University's online presence and the creation of a cohesive, user-friendly and brand-centric system for a broad range of users. Please welcome Tim.
Thank you. All right. As you can see, I'm sort of traveling a bit busted up tonight. I have a fractured shoulder, so I will try and operate this thing what I normally do. No, it's all good. All right, a little bit about the internet. I normally start with how many slides we're going to get through, so I'll let you know that. It's about 125, I think, tonight, so only a small one tonight for everyone. All right, so what is digital media? What does it all mean? Well, in the traditional sense, for us today, it's text, audio, graphics, and video transferred across the internet. But at its heart, it's just a form of communication. And we've been doing that for around 200,000 years. It all started with speech. Well, back then, mostly grunts. And then symbols came along. About 30,000 BC, there was a few cave paintings. Petroglyphs around 10,000 BC. Writing about 7,000 years ago. First alphabet was about 4,000 years ago in Egypt. None of that really helped, though, if you were trying to communicate over long distances. You tended to light a fire, bang some drums, or light some smoke, send some smoke off. 2400 BC, the first postal service was really developed. And then nothing really changed until the telegraph in 1830. That's quite a phenomenal gap, really. There was a few bits happened in between, but nothing substantial. And that's where it all started to get really interesting. That was really the precursor to the internet. 1969, a network was established between UCLA and Stanford University. The idea was to send the word log on, or log in, to those two computers that were miles apart. They sent the L, they asked, did you get the L? Yes, we got the L. They sent the O, did you get the O? Yep, we got the O. We sent the G, did you get the G? No, it all crashed. But a digital revolution had begun. 1969, Unix was born. In 1971, email came about. 1971, Project Gutenberg was launched. And actually, when you think about what he was trying to do, that was the e-book grandfather. He was trying to digitize all written content. 1974, TCP/IP was proposed. MSG, the first email client, 75. 77, the first modem. 78, bulletin board systems. 79, multi-user games. That was the forefather to Call of Duty and Second Life. Look at the state of that one. 1982, the first emoticon was used. 1983, widespread use of TCP/IP, and DNS was born in 1984. 1985, the first virtual community, The Well, was established, and that's actually still going today. You can go to this website. As you can see, that's a screen print of it. 87, there was only 30,000 hosts online. 88, Internet Relay Chat, which you probably know that today as instant messaging. Also in 88, the first internet-based attack was done by this bloke, Mr. Morris, who he called it the Morris worm. 89, AOL was born. In 89 also, the mesh came about. It was later renamed the web. 91 was a pretty big year. First web page was created, the first search done on Gopher. The first webcam was actually used to monitor the level of coffee available for, I believe it was in a research lab. And I didn't know this. MP3s were born in 1991. That seems an awfully long time ago, 20 years ago. 93, the first web browser, Mosaic. 1995, SSL. Echo Bay had its first transaction. Now it's called eBay. Amazon was also launched in that year. 96, Amazon has actually took 6 years to turn a profit. 96, Hotmail was born. 97, Weblog was coined, the first term Weblog. 1998, these two became pretty famous. The other reason they became famous was because it was the first time that their story was broken on the internet other than traditional media. She didn't think much about that. 1998, Google and Napster were launched. 1999, Web 2.0 was first talked about. And then it crashed. That was the bubble. 2001, Wikipedia all started to pick up again. 2003, these folks were launched. And then social media revolution began. The Facebook, that was what it was originally called, and actually this site still works today too. That came about 2004, 2005, YouTube first started doing video, 2006, Twitter, 2007, the mobile revolution began. Obama and McCain first took their presidential campaign online in 2008, 2009, Foursquare, 2010, only just last year, Twitter was used for the first time in space on an unassisted tweet from the space station. They used to do it before that, but somebody on Earth used to type it in for them. Now they can do it themselves. 2011, earlier this year, the 10 billionth mobile app was downloaded from the Apple App Store. Gail Davis, actually her kids downloaded it, and then she hung up on Apple being given a prize, quite a big, substantial prize. She thought it was a joke call, so she hung up the phone on them. Now, after conducting an extensive study, as at 4 p.m. tonight, the size of the internet is freaking huge. 255 million websites, 152 million of those are blogs. 21.4 million came online last year. 2 billion people are online. This is a significant audience we have. Last year alone, 107 trillion emails were sent. Think about that number, that's enormous. 294 billion emails per day. Unfortunately, 89% of them are spam. 25 billion tweets. 100 million new Twitter accounts last year. 2 billion videos are watched daily on YouTube. That is a phenomenal number. Every minute, 35 hours of video is uploaded to YouTube. 35 hours. And 3,000 images are uploaded to Flickr, which now holds over 5 billion images. This pales in comparison to Facebook, which has 35 billion images uploaded to it last year. The average user spends 55 minutes per day on Facebook, and 58% of Australian online, now use Facebook as well. We spend roughly 17.6 hours a week online, which is a pretty significant number. And apparently, we'll be spending almost $34 billion by the end of this year online, and Matt's going to speak a little bit about that tonight too. So over the last couple of years, we've seen a massive increase in social media and mobile usage. We're no longer tied to our screens. We now have a prolific range of devices to consume, interact, repurpose, and redistribute our content to literally millions, if not billions of people. Anytime, any place, anywhere we choose. But remember this, it's still about the audience. It's still just a communication. And that's something that we've been doing for the last 200,000 years. Only now we've got digital smoke signals. My name's Tim Elleston. It's a shameless plug to my blog. I work for Murdoch University in Perth. Thank you very much.